Over the last couple of years, Canva has been an incredibly popular tool that people are using to create posters and documents and presentations and infographics and so on. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 components of Canva that you may not know about. And I want to make sure you do because it does so many great things. It's easy to overlook any number of these features. So let's get started and take a look a little more deeply at Canva. Okay, now this is the Canva homepage, and everything I'm showing you is free within the free version of this. But remember, if you're a K-12 educator, you can get the pro version for free, and you actually have quite a few more features. But I'm just going to show you the free version right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up a document. The first couple of things I'm going to show you are within a document. So let me go ahead and open up a document now. And I think you all know that you can click here, and then you can, when you open up a document, you can then choose what kind of template you want to start with or start from a blank one. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one now. Okay, so here I am within a document, and you can see that when you start with a blank document, you have a little plus button right here. I'm going to go ahead and just type in a title for this. We're going to say, My Big Ideas. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is actually use something called Magic Write, and this is specific to Canva, but it uses this very popular right now technology called AI. So if we click on this plus right now, we can choose to use Magic Write. One thing to keep in mind here, if you're on the free version, you have 25 free Magic Write opportunities. If you're on the pro version, you have 75. If you have an education account, then you actually don't have this feature, and I think this is why. Because this kind of does some of the writing for you, or does the writing for you, and I'll show you that, I think they took it out of the education licensing so that it's not misused in education, but I do want to show it to you. So what we're going to do first is choose Magic Write. When we do, we're going to ask it, what do you want us to write about? So let's say we're looking for ideas on how to make my presentation exciting. And let's hit enter. Now here is what it wrote for us. Here are some ideas to make your presentation exciting, and then it has 10 ideas there. You can see, I don't know if you noticed, if I come here and choose Magic Write again, it's telling me I now have 22 left. That was that. I'm on the free version, so I have 25 total. So you could come in and certainly edit these as well, but I want you to see that within a document, you can use AI, and in Canva, it's called Magic Write, to help you generate ideas. So I want you to know it's there, both from a, how can I use this, but it is there under the free account, so you know students have access to this too, unless they're on that education account. So that's one thing I want to show you is how to use AI called Magic Write inside of Canva. Let me move on to presentations, and I want to show you a couple things within that as well. Now I want to make sure you know that if you are looking to make a presentation, you can certainly click on presentation here, and you can see some of the templates that are available. You could certainly create your presentation starting with one of those. I already chose one, so I want to come over here and show you. I chose one that was about history. Now when you choose a template to start with, you can see I had 10 slides. You can choose to apply all of them, or you can choose just individual pages if you want. I chose 3 of the pages so that you can see a couple of features I'm going to show you. So I wanted you to know that you can apply all of them or just some pages as well. Okay, so from within here, I want to show you, this one's about history. So let's say that we want to show students a specific aspect of history. Let's say we were talking about the Great Wall of China. Maybe you want to include here a map. Maybe you want to bring in here a street view image of Google, or even a Google map inside of here. I want to show you how you can actually do that. From our options over here on the left, there is an option that says apps. And by default, you wouldn't have this. But some of the apps that are available are, you'll see here as you scroll down. One I would recommend including is called Embeds. And we can find that by searching up here. This allows us to add in embed code. And what I mean by that is bring in something from the outside and bring it right onto our slide, and it makes it interactive. So if we chose embeds, and I had already added it, so it's over here on my left, but when you do add it, it'll pop up over here on your left as an option. So let's say I go ahead and find the Great Wall of China within Google Maps and I want to bring it in here. So let me go ahead and bring that up on Google Maps and show you. So here I am within Google Maps, and you can get to that by just going to maps.google.com. I searched for the Great Wall of China, and I can see it right here. So if I wanted to dig in a little bit and actually show the street view of this, or I wanted to embed a map, I can do that here. So if I wanted to just embed this map, there's a share option over here. If I choose to share and I copy this link and I go back over to my presentation, and I'm going to choose embeds here. This is just asking me to include the web link, which I already copied, and I'm going to hit enter. All right, now there it is, and I can make this bigger or smaller if I wanted to. I can zoom in and out as well. Once I go into presentation mode, I can grab it and move it all around. There's the Great Wall of China. I'm going to make it more front and center. And I'll show you when we present this, you can actually interact with this, and the students can interact with this. So let's say I like that, but I really kind of wanted a street view of that. So let me actually duplicate this page, and we'll add in an additional component of the Great Wall of China, but make it the street view. So if I go back to my map here, this little icon down here allows you to grab a little guy and put him right where you want to see the street view of something. So I'm going to go ahead and drop him. And here is a street view of the Great Wall of China. You can see this was taken in 2017. And we could grab another one if we're not wild about this one, but this one's pretty good. So let's then click on our three dots up here, and we can choose to share this right here. So I'm going to grab this copy link. I'm going to go back over to my presentation, and we're going to paste in another one. Now there's the street view, and you can actually, when we go into presentation mode, they'll be able to 360 move this around, which is so cool. So if I go into presentation here, and I'll present, you can see I can move this all around. And the students would be able to too if they had a link. And I'm going to show you how to get this to students so that they can actually move around and play around with this. So if I go back here, you can see they can also interact with this. They can click on this, give a little bit of information. They can zoom in and zoom out. And this is interactive as well. So cool, and a cool way of bringing in something a little more interactive to your slides. And this is, you could do this with any Google map. You could do it of Northern Kentucky University. You could do it to really anywhere that you want students to see. So that's a second thing I wanted to show you, is how you can bring in Google Maps and Google Street View to presentations. Now, another thing I want to show you is that within a presentation, you can choose to add your voice or a video of you, or both, as you make this presentation available to your students. So if you come up here to present, one of the options we'll see is present and record over here. When we click on that, it's asking us, you can record yourself as you present. I'm going to go ahead and click next, and then we're going to go to the recording studio, and it's giving you a little more information about it. Okay, so it's asking me to set up my camera and my microphone. I'm going to go ahead and say allow, and allow. Okay, here I am, and it's going to record me here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to start recording. Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Great Wall of China, and we're going to discover that part of China history. So what here you guys are going to see is a map from Google Maps where we can take a look at the Great Wall of China and where it is in relationship to the country itself and where it sits. So you guys can interact with this map as you want to play around and zoom in and zoom out and kind of look at what's around the Great Wall of China as well. Here you guys will see a street view of the Great Wall of China, and feel free to take a look at this and move around in 360 degrees so that you can get a feel for what it looks like. Okay, you guys get the idea. It is going ahead and uploading my recording. And while it does that, again, you could have just chosen to use your voice if you wanted to. I included both here. Here's a copy of this where we can choose to copy. I'll show you what this will look like for students. Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Great Wall of China, and we're going to discover that part of China history. So what here you guys are going to see is notice I can move around, I can still engage with this. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. And as I talk about this, notice I can still move this around. So this actually showed you two of the features that I really love, which are that you can choose to embed content. In this case, it was a Google map, but you can also choose to present using your voice and your picture through your Canva presentations. Okay, now I came back to our document where we used this to create our AI Magic Write, and I wanted to show you another feature. So within here, I want to show you, you can actually bring in your past projects into your current projects. So to get to our projects, we're going to go ahead over here and click on Projects. Now here you're going to see a few of my projects, but I can click here to see them all. So here's a number of things that I've been working on. So let's say I wanted to bring in an Instagram post I worked on, or you could bring in, I made a brainstorming map. I'll go ahead and let's see. Here's a little presentation I worked on. Why don't I go ahead and bring this in? So by clicking on it, I can actually bring it directly into my current document and it'll bring it in for me. I can then choose to delete part of it or bring in another presentation as well. So let's see, say I'm down here and I'll bring in this one as well. And that you can bring in as well. So know that you can bring in past projects into current projects. So that is feature number 4. Let me go back to the main page and show you my last feature, which will have a couple of mini features in it as well. Okay, did you know that you can create kind of mini websites on Canva? So to do that, we're going to click over here on websites. And I'm going to choose to go ahead and create a blank one. Now from here, I still have a whole bunch of design options. I can scroll through here and choose something that I like. So let me choose something that I think might work for what we're doing, and I'll add it to our template here. Okay, I found a template that I think would work. So let's say I was setting one up for me personally for my class or something I wanted to set up to let my students get to know me. So I can, of course, like any design, I can delete out any elements that I don't like. I can add my own name in here. And of course my own bio if I wanted to do that. What I wanted to show you here is a couple things. I've already mentioned the embedding. And I wanted to show you, you can use that for YouTube videos as well as even Google Forms. So let's say from here, I wanted to add in a video that I created to introduce students to my class. So what I can do, and I have the YouTube link, so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to use that embeds area again and see if I can go ahead and put a video here so that they can get to know me through video. So let me grab that URL. So I just wanted to show you, here I am on the URL. I'm just grabbing the share URL here. So I'm going to go back to my website here, and I'm going to add in that URL and see if I can add this to my design. Okay, now there is that URL. There is that YouTube video, rather, where I can resize this. And this is how maybe they'll get to know me through video. So I want you to know that you can also embed YouTube videos inside of here. So let's say that I have another page that I want to include. And maybe I want to ask them to insert in some information about themselves so that I can get to know them a little bit better. I can come down here and I can add a page. I have a blank one here. I want to show you that you can also embed in Google Forms. So from here, I'm going to click on that page. Here is a basic contact information form that I have through Google Forms. If I choose to grab the URL to share with others and I copy it and I come back here to this second page, use that same embed area, and add this in, I now have my Google form where they can interact with this automatically on my page. And I can, of course, make this bigger or resize it however I want. I also wanted to show you when you use this for a web page, you can choose to, let's say, contact info. You can also very easily hyperlink in between pages by highlighting the text that you want to be your hyperlink, clicking on the link icon, and coming down to where it says pages in this document and choosing what page you want to connect it to. So you can create web pages within Canva as well. And I wanted to show you that, and that you can embed all sorts of things into your pages. And these can be embedded into presentations or documents or so on. I also wanted to show you when you have these components, you can either choose to share them out, and in this case, you can actually publish to a website. So if you had a space to put web pages, when you click on this, it's asking you where you want to put it. So you can either use something that Canva will host for you, and you have up to 5 of those that you can actually publish them and create a true website. If you have an existing domain you want to put those in, you can do that here. So you can actually publish it as a website if you choose to. You can also choose to share this, and when you do, you can choose to share this in all sorts of different ways, including a view-only link. So if we copy this, this is what the students will see. They'll see that first page, they can move throughout them, and these links still work, where they can move to different areas of your web page. So you have options on how you want to share those. But again, I wanted you to see that you can create a web page and use all of the same features that we used before. So to recap, we talked about several features in Canva that maybe you haven't seen before. We talked about AI and how you can use their magic write inside of a document to help you to generate ideas or thoughts, and those can be edited. We talked about how with slides, you can choose to present and record and put your voice or your picture, or both, or your video rather, inside of those slides to present those to your students. We talked about several different things that you can embed into your projects, including Google Maps, YouTube, and Google Forms. We also talked about how you can add in existing projects into your current projects. And last week we looked at how to create web pages through Canva that can be either hosted as a web page or you can share them as a link to view. So I hope this helps to give you a few different ideas on how you might use Canva in your classroom. Good luck.